Good morning, everyone. This is Chillainous. Welcome to another Microsoft Flight Sim live stream. It has been a few days since our last live stream. Excuse me. And I've installed a couple of little things. I installed small taxi markers and some better parking zones and God, what else did I throw in? I don't know. That's the one that I'll see the most, though. I hope everyone's having a great day. Thanks so much for all the love on the videos recently, too. They have been... That's been just so amazing. Thank you. Just goes to show that uploading regularly is a thing that works, I guess, to an extent. Alright, so we are taking off from Melbourne today. Yankee Mike Lima. I'm not sure if I'll have a video up for tonight either, unless we pull one from today's live stream, which could be quite possible. We're doing quite a lot today. We'll be clearing off the amount of debt to, like, for the $50,000 loan. Oh, my frames are really choppy right now, oh my lord. So we'll be doing that. We'll be taking out that debt. Also, did this work? Oh, this mod didn't work. Oh my lord, my frames are so choppy out here with all of these people here. Yeah, so I was supposed to have a mod that instantly enabled the replay buffer, but it did not. I've been having some issues with Sky for Sim. But if it ever loads, this just goes to show how slow things are here. Please turn on Sky for Sim, but it is on. One moment. Yeah, it's there in my taskbar. Oh, and the server's on. One moment. This one here. You can see here, Sky for Sim, server status is on, Sim Connect is on. Stop server, well, it's all there. And then it says, please turn on Sky for Sim server core application using the button start server, but the server is on, so looks like we're going to be having some issues with Sky for Sim. I might have to reinstall it possibly. But we are going to get going. I'm not really sure what we're going to be doing today, other than just flying around Melbourne. If I load up NEOFLY here, we have a list of jobs that we are able to do. I want to do some jobs that will get us some money, because I want to pay off the first loan. If we go to our finances here, we probably have enough to pay this one off now. Hang on. Does this mean that the payout is $50,192? Because if it does, we can just pay that off right now. But then I don't know if I'll have enough for fuel. Oh, we're 2/3 fuel, so we should be good. No, I'd much rather wait until we have just a little more fuel. So we're going to fly... Let's have a look here. We could fly Point Cook. Point Cook isn't too far. 3 passengers for $4,000 is pretty nice as well. Let's sort by Okay, yeah, so Point Cook is the only one. Oh, it's over what we actually have. Hang on one moment. Man, my whole computer is freaking out. Scuff, your scuff. So let's change the co-pilot to £0. It says that we're still at 500, so we can't actually do the Point Cook job. Purely because there are too many... Actually, hang on. Let me have a look here. What do we need? 570. I'm just going to pull this up here. Yeah, we can... The thing is... There's 570 there. So we totally can do it. So I'm going to. Oh wait, but then in NEOFLY it says that there's not enough cargo capacity. Why? Can I please refresh this? We obviously have enough space. But I can't take the job without it, so... I guess what we'll do is we will fly over Luna Park then. Whoops. Let me zoom that out and let's go over to NEOFLY so you can see where we are going. Luna Park just here, just past Docklands. So Docklands is this area here. If you keep going, Luna Park is right here on the beach pretty much. I actually... One of my favorite YouTubers that I used to watch took a picture outside of this Luna Park in this parking lot right here, and I picked it out straight away. And I was sad because they were still a few hours from where I was and I didn't want to hold them up just to get a picture, but they came over to Australia from Bolivia. Either way, it was really cool. I'm like, anyway, let's fly over to Luna Park. We'll do a fly down to Docklands. Then we'll turn around Luna Park here and then we'll fly back in to Melbourne International.
Transporter from dispatch. Some tourists want to see how beautiful our region is from the air.
Hopefully the frame rate gets better as we go on.
We have the tour guests climbing on board right now.
I wonder if it's because of the mods that I installed, but it really wasn't that much. It's probably just the sheer amount of people here. I also need to make sure that my weather is live as well. Yep, real time, live weather. It's very nice here in Melbourne today. Not overcast at all, just light clouds. Perfect weather.
Transporter, all tourists are on board. Let's take some photos.
Ma'am, go over to the flight page. Actually, it is NEOFLY, by the way, that's making the computer lag. I found that it hooks up my computer quite a lot. I was earlier playing another game and I had NEOFLY open in the background and it reduced my frame rate by like 10 or something, and it increased my CPU usage by 30. A couple of mods could be impactful if they're kind of intensive behind the scenes. Well, one of them is just to make the taxi markers smaller, but we don't have any taxi markers available. The other one was to auto enable the replay mod, which didn't work, so I'll be uninstalling that one. Alright, we are going to turn on the plane here. Turn on all the things. Make sure that we do all of our checks here. Perfect. And just need to wait for this one here to go. Then we will ask for a taxi clearance as we VFR out to the south. Please. If it is just the taxi ribbon mod making things laggy, that's going to be insane. Especially since they aren't rendering at the moment. But if we get out into the drone cam, for some reason that didn't work. If we get out into the drone cam, you'll see just how many aircraft there are in the vicinity. Which is probably also very much contributing to the lag. Also, I learned, I was recording a video for tonight, but it didn't end up getting recorded because of a little bit of dumbness on my part. But QLK is Clink or Qantas Link. So you got Qantas Flight, Qantas Link. I don't know what the difference is between them. Do we have any players? There's someone in a 748 Boeing. No one out this way. Alright, we should have been... Okay, we are good here. We can now ask for... let's just quickly make sure which runway is in use. It's probably based on this. It's probably going to be 3-6 or 3-4.
Visibility 6. Sky condition, few clouds at 2,100 feet, few clouds at 5,000 feet. Temperature 1 tree. 2.10. Altimeter tree 0.36. Visual runway tree 4 in use. Landing and departing runway tree 4.
Yeah, 3-4, just like I said. We go. Oh, what? Didn't it say 3-6? And we will want to fly roughly 1-5-ish.
Qantas 674 request taxi to the gate. Qantas 674 taxi to gate Delta 8 via taxiway Echo Alpha uniform.
And then we'll have to fly under 1,000 feet as we get up to Luna Park.
Jetstar 471 hold position, caution other traffic.
Alright, Qantas Link is a regional brand of Australian airline Qantas. Qantas primarily flies between Australia's capital cities and a handful of key regional airports, for example Gold Coast and Alice Springs, Launceston and Cairns. Qantas passengers flying around Australia will mostly find themselves on either a Boeing 737-800 and Airbus A330.
Hold position Jetstar 471.
That's cool. Thanks for the info. Even if it was copy-pasted. Oh my lord. Wait. There's so much information here. Qantas Link connects Australia's many smaller cities and towns to the larger Qantas ports. Qantas Link has its own fleet of planes including Airbus A320s, Boeing 717s, a Fokker 100s and Bombardier Dash 8s. Yo, the Dash 8 is a very weird looking plane, but I want one. Like in this game for real. I've played it with mods and it used the CJ4 cockpit, and back then I didn't really know how to fly the CJ4. Now I do. The variety of aircraft means Qantas Link can right-size planes to a particular market. The Airbus A320 and Fokker 100 aircraft focus, though not exclusively, on charter and fly-in, fly-out work. The A320, if we can get our license for flying with the CJ4, we can actually get a license for the A320. We're not up to the point of even getting close to renting an A320, but the A320 is my jetliner of choice. Alright, let us request a... Wait, do we push back and then get clearance? Or do we get taxi clearance and then push back? Oh, I usually do it get taxi clearance, make sure, and then push back.
Melbourne ground Cessna Charlie Hotel 821 with Juliet request taxi to the active south departure.
Cessna Charlie Hotel 821 taxi to and hold short of runway tree for via taxiway Alpha Yankee Victor Juliet Alpha Kilo. Contact tower on 120.5 when ready.
Taxiing hold short runway tree for via taxiway Alpha Yankee Victor Juliet Alpha Kilo Cessna 821.
Okay. With that, let's see if our taxi markers mod worked. Because they should be... Hey, it did work! So now they're much, much smaller and I made them green. So it looks like we have to go all the way around here. Oh my. Why not just push us? Look, we could... I know it's the way that flow of traffic goes, but we could just turn here and go all the way down. We're not going to do that. Oh, let me reset drawing cam first. There we go. Alright, let's get a pushback, and we are going to request pushback to
Melbourne
the
ground
right.
Cessna Charlie Hotel 821 requesting pushback.
Cessna Charlie Hotel 821 pushback request accepted.
So basically, Qantas links smaller airports to larger, where you then take a Qantas flight. Aha! So it takes regional to metropolitan and metropolitan to other metropolitan. Alright, parking brake is disengaged. I don't know how far we'd actually need to be pushed back here. Because if we go too far back... Also, this is really broken. But if we go too far back, we're going to get another pushback vehicle. And I do not want that. Ooh. I also found some hotkeys to just look around here. Alright, let's ask to push it to the right.
Melbourne ground Cessna Charlie Hotel 821 requesting pushback tug to steer the aircraft to the right.
Cessna Charlie Hotel 821, your request has been transmitted to the operator.
And then we'll ask for a pushback stop.
Melbourne ground Cessna Charlie Hotel 821 requesting the end of pushback.
And we have just about lined up with that line right in front of us perfectly, but I don't know if that's exactly how it's supposed to go. Not that I care too much. Alright, from here we are going to put on the handbrake once more. And we are going to start the
Melbourne
plane.
ground China Southern Tree 22 IFR to Bayou ready to copy.
Everything looks good from where I'm sitting. Taxi to the runway.
China Southern Tree 22 is cleared to Bayou Airport as filed. Takeoff
Okay,
runway
we're just
34
waiting
climb
for
and
this
maintain
guy here
12,000
to
feet.
get out of the way.
Departure frequency is 132.0 squawk 60.
I mean, he's pretty out of the way now. So with that, I'm going to turn on my taxi lights. Going to disengage the parking brake, and let's go.
Ready to copy IFR clearance to Sydney. Qantas 434 is cleared to Sydney Airport.
Also, apparently there is a mod where you can get a co-pilot in here as well. I'm not sure if it's been updated or not, but it is there. Can we please move? I have the throttle at like 45.
Qantas 434 cleared to Sydney Airport is filed.
Oh!
Takeoff runway tree 4 climb and maintain
Hang on,
13,000
I know
feet.
why.
Departure on
Our
118.9
weight is
squawk
much too heavy
6321.
for what we're actually carrying.
Qantas 4 tree for readback is
There we
correct.
go.
Contact ground on 121.7 when ready to taxi. Good day.
There we go, perfect.
Melbourne ground Brisbane ready to copy. Qantas 612 is cleared to Brisbane Airport as filed.
So I had 570 pounds in the plane and we only needed 360.
Departure frequency is 132.0 squawk 4367.
Working visible co-pilots, last I found.
Requesting pushback.
No, not visible co-pilots. It's called something else. I've actually got the program sitting on my computer,
China Southern Tree 22 cleared to Bayonne Airport as filed.
but I just can't remember the name right now.
12,000 feet. Departure on 118.9 squawk 6046. China Southern Tree 22 readback is correct. Contact ground on 121.7 when ready to taxi.
But I've never used it. It would be cool to use it though. I just don't know anyone else that owns Microsoft Flight Sim to try it, that I trust, because it uses an IP connection. It'd be cool to take Dervale for a flight though, but then you'd have to get the game.
Contact ground on 121.7 when ready to taxi. Good day.
Looks like we have a lineup of like 7 planes. We're going to be waiting quite a while.
China Southern Tree 22 pushback request accepted. Melbourne ground Qantas 4 Tree for requesting the end of pushback. Qantas 4 Tree 4 request to end pushback received. Melbourne ground Qantas 612 requesting pushback.
That's like, yeah, but you can also get it for $15 for the month.
Qantas 612 pushback request accepted. Melbourne ground Qantas 434 with Juliet ready to taxi IFR.
Okay, we're back on Alpha now.
Qantas 4 Tree for taxi to and hold short of runway tree for using taxiway Tango Alpha Yankee Victor Juliet Alpha Kilo.
And then Kilo is where the Velocity and Qantas and Jetstar and everything are. Oh, I'm getting a little off the center line here. It looks like Aussie Koala is about to come in for a landing.
Taxi to and hold short runway tree for via taxiway Tango Alpha Yankee Victor Juliet Alpha Kilo Qantas 4 Tree 4.
The way they're descending, where they're positioned, I'd say they're coming in to land here.
Melbourne ground China Southern Tree 22 requesting the end of pushback.
Maybe we'll get out the drone cam and we'll have a look at their landing.
To end pushback received.
Since we'll probably have to wait for them anyway.
Melbourne ground China Southern Tree 22 with Juliet ready to taxi IFR. China Southern Tree 22 taxi to and hold short of runway tree for using taxiway Alpha Yankee Victor Juliet Alpha Kilo. Contact tower on 120.5 when ready.
Oh, we have 566 going up onto the runway.
Melbourne ground Qantas 612 with Juliet ready to taxi IFR. Qantas 612 taxi
151 will probably have to wait.
Taxiway Quebec Echo Quebec Echo Papa Tango Alpha Yankee Victor Juliet
Oh,
Alpha
we
Kilo.
don't want them to ghost out.
Contact tower
Right.
120.5 when ready.
Let's see if we can go find them.
Taxi to and hold short runway tree for via taxiway Alpha Yankee Victor Juliet Alpha Kilo China Southern Tree 22.
And see which way they're coming in. Oops, wrong button. That's the one I want.
Taxiing hold short runway tree for via taxiway Quebec Echo Papa Tango Alpha Yankee Victor Juliet
Okay,
Alpha
they're
Kilo
just a
Qantas
cockpit at the
612.
moment. There we go. There they are. Let's follow Aussie Koala here as they have their gear down. Let's have a look. They have a slight right to left. I'm just going to try and reset my zoom so that it doesn't look quite so weird. They are pretty hard flaps right now too. Maybe I'm not sure if they're 40 degrees or not, but if they are 40, that's a bit unnecessary on this runway. 40 is mainly for short runways. Alright, Aussie Koala, what you got here? As you can see, it's just sitting behind Velocity 219. Oh, they are very left of the center line here. Let's have a look. Oh, Jesus. Flare, flare, flare. I mean, get the nose down, get the nose down. Is it down? Is it just a glitch on my side? No, it is definitely down now. Overall, not too bad. A little left of the center line, but decent. It did look pretty smooth. Whoops. We'll tune tower 120.5 once we get up to the hold position. There we go. Tune tower. And let's request takeoff clearance VFR.
Melbourne Tower Cessna Charlie Hotel 821 at runway tree for ready for departure to the south.
Apologies as I bump my
Cessna
microphone.
Charlie Hotel 821, hold short runway tree 4. Traffic is generic on the runway.
Which is the Velocity 219 here. That's the traffic.
Hold short runway tree for Cessna 821.
Do we have any more coming in? It looks like Rex might be coming in.
Cessna Charlie Hotel 821, line up and wait.
There.
Line up and wait Cessna 821.
Velocity 219er contact Melbourne departure on 129.4. Good day. .4 for velocity 219er.
Okay, it's asking us to come down here, so we'll just do it here. I'm pretty sure this is a legitimate thing to come down here to do it. We're nowhere near the center line, but
Cessna Charlie Hotel 821 altimeter tree 0.tree 61008 at 1 tree. South departure approved. Cleared for
please take off runway
tree 4.
34.
Cleared for takeoff runway tree for Cessna 821.
Oh, my rudder is still going. Let's punch it. So we'll fly pattern out to the left. I still didn't set up all of my autopilot things either. So we'll set the pitch trim just a little now.
Pilot from dispatch. Fly safe.
Let's say 1500 at 400. And there we go. We are now on autopilot. I will set my heading so that we turn around to the left.
Cessna 821, continue for south departure.
Continue for south departure, Cessna 821.
Melbourne Tower Cessna Charlie Hotel 821 continue for south departure.
Alright, we are now very much up in the air. Let's start turning. And I'm going to adjust my height to 1,000 feet. Back off the throttle a little bit so that we do not overspeed. Actually, I am already overspeeding for the plane maneuvering speed. We're supposed to only be maneuvering this at 105 knots. And I'm doing it at 130. Oh, 120, sorry.
Line up and wait China Southern 322.
That's better. And then we want to fly 15-ish. From here, we should be able to find Luna Park pretty easily. It'll be somewhere just over here-ish. Actually, that means that we probably should be aiming for the CBD over there more than where we are now. That's better. I don't think we're in the way of anyone doing this either. I think we're too low to be any sort of problem. We do have a bit of a tailwind left to right, which is kind of nice. Apparently, also, there is a point of interest somewhere along this river for a, not a dam. I'll see if I can find it very quickly.
Jetstar 702 Melbourne Tower. Altimeter tree 0.3, 61008 at 1 tree. Cleared visual runway tree for approach.
I cannot see it. But last night I had some that were going to some very weird spaces.
Visual runway tree for approach Jetstar 702.
That was my bad. I didn't realize that I was still off the throttle there. I want altitude hold mode. Thank you.
Cessna 821 leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Melbourne Tower Cessna Charlie Hotel 821 frequency change.
We're going to go back down to 900. Actually, we could even go down to 800.
Melbourne Tower Qantas 4 tree for ready for IFR departure runway tree 4.
Alright, now we can start slowing down again.
Qantas 4 tree for altimeter tree 0.3, 61008 at 1 tree. Cleared for takeoff runway tree 4. Jetstar 7021008 at 1 tree. Cleared to land.
So
runway
what we
tree
will
4.
do, we'll fly over Docklands, roughly here, and we'll just follow the beach down until we see Luna Park. We'll turn around it. My TCAS is going a bit crazy right now. It's saying that there's a warning. It is for that jet there, 702. There is Docklands on the map right here. So we might actually need to turn to the right, follow 15 a little more so that we come across this way. Luna Park is kind of just here where you can see unrest on my G1000. So we'll go manual very shortly. So I may turn around manually. I'm going to want to slow down a little bit to 105 since I know that we will be turning around manually. Actually, 105 might even be too fast.
Qantas 4 for contact Melbourne departure on 118.9er. Good day.
We have the Westgate Bridge right in front of us.
118.9er Qantas 434.
And Luna Park is just somewhere over there. Oops, that is the wrong way. Okay, then reset the view. Let's have a look.
Jetstar 702 exit runway when able.
Right about there
Clear for
somewhere.
takeoff runway tree for Qantas 612.
It's right on the beach. It's very hard to miss. But I can't actually see it here at the moment. Also down there just looks like a trash dump with all the low quality buildings and everything. It's kind of funny. It just looks like a wasteland in this area here. And it appears Luna Park is pretty much right in front of us here. There's like a tiny, tiny bay right before it, which is probably here. Wait, it shows... I'm just trying to figure it out by looking at it. But it will be somewhere around here. I'm sure it's just about here. But we are still quite a way away from that. Oh, hang on. That'd be it right... almost right here. Right. There, in this tiny... I guess it's an airspace? But it's right at the top of it. I want to tune Melbourne approach so that we stop getting...
Transporter, you are less than 2 nautical miles from the POI. Stay under 1,000 feet.
Yes, ma'am. I don't know if it'll render properly for us. Also, our frame rate has gotten a little better, but it's still terrible. Let's see if we can see Luna Park from here. Not that I can see. Unless this is it.
Turn around the POI as close as possible until they are done taking pictures.
Report them in sight.
Alright, autopilot should be disconnected. Yes, I do have full control. There's Luna Park car park right here. So that's Luna Park there. You can see the roller coaster down there. There it is. So we'll get them some really good photos.
Generic Whiskey X-ray Quebec traffic is 10 o'clock 4 miles at 2,400 feet.
As we get some good views as well. That's really cool.
Transporter from dispatch. Enough pictures for today. Good job.
Generic Whiskey
You can come
X-ray
back.
Quebec traffic in sight.
Thank you. Okay, let's set up the autopilot once more. Heading. Autopilot on, and we want to climb at just a few hundred feet. We'll now need to tune Melbourne up. Well, we'll want to tune Melbourne. International Tower. We would like to request a full stop landing, please.
Melbourne Tower Cessna Charlie Hotel 821 is 13 miles southeast 1,100 feet.
Also, the moon is out, as well as the sun.
Cessna Charlie Hotel 821 Melbourne Tower. Altimeter tree 0.3 51008 at 1 tree. Make straight in runway tree 4.
Make straight in runway 34, Cessna 821.
Make straight in runway tree 4 Cessna 821.
Do I have an FPS counter on my screen? No. I can see that I am probably, let's have a look here, maybe 30, 35 FPS. Believe it or not, streaming is much more intensive than recording.
New Zealand 123 number 2 for landing. Follow the generic on final. 1008 at 1 tree.
Hey, where's New Zealand?
Clear to land runway tree 4.
Maybe it's
Clear to land runway tree 4 number 2
Q.
New Zealand 123.
Is that Q Jet? Alright, I really should set up a very, very basic flight plan here so that we make sure that we are coming straight in. What do we got here? ML 430 to YMML. Flight plan. En route. ML 430. Enter with the destination being YMML.
Aero Bonanza 1065, ready for departure runway tree 4 AFR to Yankee Bravo Whiskey Whiskey.
At runway
Aero Bonanza
34,
tree 0.3 51008 at 1 tree.
and I want to,
On final.
oop,
Cleared for takeoff runway tree 4.
I want to go back. Flight plan, and
Cessna 821, follow the aircraft on final. 1008 at 1 tree. Cleared to land runway tree 4.
Cleared to land runway tree 4 Cessna 821.
alright, so what was it? Aero Bonanza 1065. Let's see if we can see them. There's the New Zealand plane.
Cleared for takeoff runway tree 4 Aero Bonanza 1065.
And there's the Bonanza. Let's start slowing down a little bit as we turn final onto runway 34 approach. And I'm going to try and get out of the way so Air New Zealand can also land. Where are they coming in from? AA. Where the hell is AA? Actually, I will want to speed up a little bit here. Again, I don't want them waiting. They're probably going to have to go around at this point. We might have to go around. 3, 2, 1. It might have meant to come in
Melbourne Tower, Qantas
behind
7 runway tree 4, ready
New
for
Zealand.
departure IFR to Tokyo.
Oh my lord, we are really going to have to hurry this up now.
Line up and wait. Aero Bonanza 1065, contact Melbourne departure on 129.4. Good day.
Alright, let's have a look here. We have roughly 3 minutes to get down to about 300. So we'll set that for 300. We'll set the vertical speed for 400 feet per minute. That'll get us down 1200, and from there we should be able to do the rest no problems. Actually, that might be... Oh, 350 is okay.
approach.
We are going right of the airfield right now, but we can correct that last second. Let's have a look here.
Cleared visual runway tree for approach Qantas 1987.
New Zealand is coming in right above us, but I do think that it meant for us to come in after New Zealand.
Line up and wait Qantas 79er.
Alright, here's what I'll do. I'm going to slow right down.
Going to 129er decimal for Aero Bonanza 1065.
As much as I humanly can without
1987
stalling.
Number 2 for landing. Follow the Cessna Skyhawk on final. Wind 008 at 1 tree. Cleared to land runway tree 4. Qantas 79er altimeter, tree 0 decimal tree 61008 at 1 tree. Cleared for takeoff runway tree 4. Cleared to land runway tree for number 2 Qantas 1987.
Alright, let's alt hold mode here.
Cleared for takeoff runway tree for Qantas 79er.
I'm just trying to come in very, very slow so that Air New Zealand has a chance to get out of the way. Was it 1987 had to come in behind me? They're going to have to go around. We might have to go around.
Qantas 79er contact Melbourne departure on 118.9er.
So rude.
Good day.
So busy. I know, this is why my frame rate is tanking.
.9er, Qantas 79er.
Alright, how long do we have until we hit Melbourne? Roughly 1 minute. We are 700 feet, so let's get a vertical speed of... Let's just do 100. Just want to get a little closer to the airfield. I also need to find the hotkey to turn off the autopilot.
Qantas 1987, go around.
There we go. I knew that was coming. If they asked me to go around, I'm probably going to say no. Oh, we're getting lined up with center line.
Going around Qantas 1987.
They were asked to come in as number 2, so
contact Melbourne approach on
they're probably not too happy with that. We are double red lights. Sorry. No, we're actually on a good glide slope right now. Going to disconnect the autopilot and we're going to bring the rest of this in by hand.
132.0 for Qantas 1987.
Coming in a bit high and a bit fast. I've dropped off all throttle at this point. Little right of that center line. We are being pushed very gently.
We have touchdown.
Beautiful.
Taxi to parking and shut down your engine.
Cessna 821, turn next taxiway.
You got it, boss.
Cessna 821, contact ground on 121.7.
121.7 for Cessna 821.
121.7 for Cessna 821.
Did I say 12.7? I feel like that's what I said. Oh my god! When planes just spawn right in front of you. Alright, let's tune ground. And let's get our thing to the gate. Let's turn off our landing and strobe and turn on our taxi light. Even though taxi light I'm pretty sure is just in the front. So I think that means we're taking a left straight away. Yes.
Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway Victor Yankee Alpha Cessna 821.
I hope you enjoyed your flight to Luna Park today. Parking brake is off. We aren't moving. Did they do something with the planes that made them feel heavier? Because 360 pounds in this plane is nothing. That's what I'd normally fly this plane with. Just pilot, co-pilot. Yeah, we're losing all of our frame rate here again. I wonder if it is just the mods that I've put in. Because I don't think I was this laggy before. You wanted to stop off at Luna Park. Unfortunately, you can get a cab from the airfield, or like an Uber or something, or you should have asked for a parachuting flight instead. And you could have parachuted straight into Luna Park. Actually, I've always wanted to visit Luna Park. I don't think I've ever been. Please taxi to the taxi bays. Unfortunately, that's not my job, sir. It is not my job to taxi to the taxi bays. It is my job to taxi to the parking. What is going on here? Why would they just park right there? Oh, I don't think we're quite far enough forward. There we go. We are done with our flight to Luna Park. Lovely. Let us turn off the engine. Actually, I'm not sure if you turn off the magnetos or whatever first. There we go. He disappeared. He's like, yeet, gone. Pull out the mixture. Let's turn off the battery so that you don't have to hear that. And let's hit play.
Transporter, you can disembark the tourists.
This is so broken. It says that we're in the Cub Crafters NX Cub and that we flew for 3 minutes. No, we are definitely in the Cessna 172 Skyhawk, taking off from Melbourne, not Horsham. Yeah, something is very broken. Oh my god. Oh.
The tourists seem really happy with their trip today. We have been tagged in a social media post already. 5 stars.
Oh my god, yeah, I knew it.
You are clear to start your engine.
I am happy. Let's have a look at the stats here real quick, because that's kind of what I do here. Oh, let's return this view back to normal and let's click on NEOFLY. So we took off at 10:52 a.m. Started to stall, that's not good. Near the POI at 10:11, so it took us roughly 10 minutes to get out there. I mean, that beats any sort of Melbourne traffic, to be honest. Taking pictures, photo shoot finished. We landed at 72 knots, which is roughly where I usually land, roughly about 70 knots, give or take about 5 knots. At a vertical speed of 82 feet per minute, that's not too bad. We got a smooth landing, so we got an extra 3 XP. We got the bonus security. We got the payload realism bonus. The rented aircraft cost was $154. I think that's $300 per flight hour. If I remember correctly. We are still renting an aircraft because we don't have one of our own. Looking at stat equals content filler. I approve. You can buy me. We used 17 pounds of fuel because I think we had a headwind at one stage. $400 in air fees. And the overall cost here of the flight was $1,795. So you put together 400 and 150. Ugh, excuse me. I mean, we ended up with roughly $510 of fees. So we ended up making $1,200 for a quick flight over to Luna Park and back. And I will fly you to the park and back if you be my bank, yeah. Anyway, so we ended up making $1,200 there. That's good. I'm going to go to the hangar. I'm going to top up just a tiny bit of fuel. Nothing crazy. Then I'm going to go to this loan. And we're going to pay off the $50,000 loan. That is one less payment that we now have to worry about. But now, this payment here, the 14th to the 7th, is in 2 days. For those of you who may be watching on the VOD. It's currently the 12th. So this payment comes out on the 14th. So we... excuse me, are going to have to make $10,000. The flight's going to take a little longer than expected. We have a slight headwind. Giggity. Actually, real quick, I want to have a look at the aircraft market because if we can get to... What's this? Captain? First captain? I'm not sure exactly what the rank is here. If I look at the jobs, this one here tells me. Senior captain is probably the one I am looking for. If we can get a $10 million loan, so an A310 is 126 million. It's 12 million just to rent. The Cessna Citation, well, that's only 1 million to rent. I would go for this, by the way. This paint job is amazing. It shifts from green through to purple. So hang on, how much was the loan? 10 million. Okay. So to get an actual jet, we could get a Citation with that sort of money. And I totally would. Citations are fast. But they only have 7 passengers. Whereas if you look at the A310, which is hell, by the way, to start up. If I end up getting an A310... I'm going to have to learn a lot about starting up the plane, since I do want to start every plane from cold, or at least demonstrate that I can. Yeah, the A310 is like the real life one, but it's 120. Is there an A320 here? There's a Boeing 747 for 200 million. So that's twice the cost. Ah, here we go. The Airbus A320 is 68 million. So we could buy ourselves an A320. And honestly, I think I'd much prefer that, because the A320 is really stupid easy to start up. obviously, if we can get an A320 with no livery on it, that means that we can get it even cheaper. But it looks like it's just the aviators on here. That's good. The flight. Oh wait, I already read that. Let's have a look at A320 here. Search. I just want a normal A320. Okay, the cheapest one is here in Melbourne, within my current range. Or we could fly global. So we have the Flight Simulator one, the Xbox One, no thank you. The A320 Pacifica, this is locking up my computer again. There you go, the Pacifica, which is in Okay, here's a problem. If you got the A320 from Tintinara, there is not enough runway to get you off of that. So you would have to buy the A320 from Tintinara and then also pay to have it brought to you. Which is just ridiculous, honestly. Also, one other ridiculous thing, you should be able to pay off bits of this as you get the money. So the next payment is due on Friday. However, if I wanted to take out a $50,000 loan to pay $50,000 off of this one, I should be able to do that. Because real banks would not, well, they might have a problem with you doing that because they want the extra interest money. But they shouldn't overall have a problem with you doing that. Okay, so we've just done our first trip. We are in parking. My frame rate has gone to absolute garbage again. One sec, I'm going to try and fix this a little bit in the settings. It's probably something to do with the ground variation and everything. So, graphics. Where is it? Maybe it's traffic. Density, worker density. Let's turn down the aircraft density. Let's turn all these down to like 10. And for some reason, my road vehicles are up really high, but I don't think that really matters too much. But we'll put it back down to 50. Found it. Traffic variety. Low. Let's see, did it say... Let's give it a second. Usually there's an exit fee, but it mitigates a lot of the interest anyway. Yeah. Okay, we didn't really save any of our frame rate. Let's fly out of Melbourne then. Like I said, I think some of it is actually just NEOFLY. I'm sure you can see in the background just how choppy it is. If I get rid of NEOFLY off the screen here, I'm actually going to quit it just for a moment. Let's see what our frame rate's like. Not much better. I don't have a whole lot open in the background either. NEOFLY. As we fly CA21. I really should change the plane to reflect as much. It's currently saying CH21. Yeah, my inputs aren't even registering as how laggy I am. Oh, that's because NEOFLY is loading. Like I said, NEOFLY is a massive resource hog. For some reason. it doesn't make sense as to why it's a resource hog. That's the problem. As all of my inputs become unresponsive again. There we go. Let's fly out of Melbourne. See if we can find a nice job where we can just make a lot of money. We could fly to Horsham, which is kind of what... I wouldn't mind flying over to Horsham. The straight in is runway 27 essentially, or 26. So we could make $11,000 that way. That would cover our next payment. Or, I know that I wanted to stick around Melbourne for a little longer, but might have to consider moving out, maybe towards like Sydney. What do we got here? Welsh Pool. It has fuel. Does it have lights? It does not have lights, but it has a hard runway. See if we can see the airfield on the satellite. It says it's a hard runway, but that doesn't... Oh, that's probably not the runway. There's the runway. Still doesn't look very nice. But it is $7,000. And it would kind of start taking us over towards... That's a long flight. 100 nautical miles. I can't tell you how long that would take. How was the House Flipper 2 in the end? It was okay. I still feel House Flipper 1 might have it over House Flipper 2, but House Flipper 2 is more optimized. Alright, we have a time delivery to Barnsdale. That one there we'd have to do in 2 hours. So that's roughly how long it would take to get over to Barnsdale. It's 2 real life hours. You can always increase the sim rate, but it does penalize you for doing that. Anything out here? To Finley, that one there, 1 hour 50. So that one there is also a long flight. What do we got here? Ista. I'm actually not even sure. Saint Arnaud. If we were to do that, we may as well go to Horsham. It's only like an extra 40 nautical miles. And the difference is $3,000. However, this would be quite a long flight. Oh wait, oh, I've clicked something else. Never mind. Alright, let's go to Horsham. Horsham is... I don't think it's... No, this isn't quite where I got my plane from. I got it from Bordertown here. So we would have essentially just done a huge loop. I wanted to stay around Melbourne, but it's just way too laggy. It could be something to do with my computer. I believe YBBT is it's a dirt airfield, yeah. Okay, so we have options here. Do you want to go for like an hour-long flight to Horsham? It's $11,000 payment, which is pretty nice. We'll have autopilot going a lot of the way there. I can also punch in a very basic flight plan into the G1000 as well. Let's go! Okay, I like that attitude.
Transporter from dispatch. It is passenger mission waiting for you. The boarding will start as soon as you are at the boarding parking. The passengers are ready to board. I hope you have plenty of room. It looks like they have gone crazy at the duty-free shop.
Bairnsdale. So it's not Barnsdale, it's Bairnsdale. Alright, let's start setting up a basic flight plan. I want to clear my current flight plan. Origin will be YMML.
Looks like everyone is on board, pilot. Let's get out of here.
At runway 34, I believe we will be. Our destination is going to be Horsham. At runway 26. Now, I'd prefer to use a browser, but I don't think it's going to like my computer very much here.
United 6-1, continue taxi.
You can hear how bad my audio is as it's trying to load up some other things.
Roger, United 6-1.
I'm trying to load up SimBrief on another monitor so that I can punch in a very basic flight plan. And it is going to be very basic. I wish I could show you this as well, but it would just create more lag. As it is, I'm sure you can hear all my audio glitching out. Oh, God. Everything is going wrong here. Nothing is loading properly. There we go. I would like to see the waypoints, please. Oh God, my computer's hating this. Okay, so as we depart... Well, let's see if we can find it all. I'll probably want to climb to ML420. I'm not picking that just because it has a 420 in it. ML420. This is Norway. But I see it here on the map. It says ML420. Alright. Well then, we will go to Beltalorda. Belta? There we go. Australia.
Qantas Niner, 1-8 hold position, caution other traffic.
I'm setting up a flight plan in SimBrief.
Hold position, Qantas Niner, 1-8.
Real quick, I apologize for the wait here. Here, I'll put it onto this screen here. Not that it's much better. So then we want Nevis, is what it is telling me. Nevis. No, then it says that's in the UK. Oh, wait, no, there was another thing there that said press enter for duplicates. And I want the one in Australia. There we go. Okay, so I've learnt a thing today. Then as we come into Horsham, I'm going to take Horsham Echo Bravo in. It is there. Horsham Echo Bravo doesn't exist. Alright, let's go Langu instead. No, not Langi, Langu. Langu does not exist, but I see it. Oh my lord, what is going on here? Let's put it in slow, see if it likes that better. I saw Esberg there. Oh my lord. Horsham. Echo.
Qantas Niner 18, continue taxi.
Bravo.
Roger, Qantas Niner 18.
I'm not sure what is going on here. Let's try Weimar instead. That's there. That's no problem. Analyze the route, make sure it's good. It is legit. They're saying it's good. And then, like I said, I wish I could put in Horsham, Horsham Echo Bravo, but for some reason it's not reading it. Let's try Horsham Echo India. Horsham Echo India is not there. Okay, I am frustrated at this point here. So we'll just go to Weimar, and then as we see Horsham, we'll see if we can just fly in by hand. The distance between Weimar and Horsham doesn't appear to be too much. And we are going to fly at 5,000 feet. Yeah, we could probably go a little more, but We'll climb at 400 feet. Let's request a taxi depart. Have a look here. We're departing west.
Melbourne ground Cessna Charlie Hotel 821 ready to taxi west departure with Juliet.
Cessna Charlie Hotel 821 taxi to and hold short of runway tree for via taxiway Alpha Kilo. Contact tower on 120.5 when ready.
Alright.
Taxiing hold short runway tree for using
This time we're
taxiway
literally
Alpha
just
Kilo
going
Cessna 821.
the way that we should have gone the first time, which is straight down and then into Kilo. We have no runway staff here, so I'm going to have to ask for a pushback myself. Oh, and then one just so happens to spawn right there. Okay. And so we have a very, very basic flight plan. It's not a stupidly legit flight plan, but it's a flight plan. Hey, mate. And I'm going to ask for a pushback to the right.
Melbourne ground Cessna Charlie Hotel 821 requesting pushback tug to steer the aircraft to the right.
Cessna Charlie Hotel 821, your request has been transmitted to the operator.
And now we will stop the end of pushback. Hello? Stop.
Melbourne ground Cessna Charlie Hotel 821 requesting the end of pushback.
Cessna Charlie Hotel 821 request to end pushback received.
Beautiful. Now once he's out of the way, we can get going. It's crazy, just I feel like my frame rate is better looking this way. Still not great though. I'll probably have to restart my computer at some stage. Alright, let's get this plane started.
You're good to go. Contact the tower for clearance.
Alright, we don't have any taxi ribbons, but I know where Alpha and Kilo are, so we won't have to worry too much about that.
Rex 227 taxi to gate Foxtrot 1 tree using taxiway Echo Alpha Uniform Sierra.
Gonna get on the outside view here.
Taxiway Echo Alpha Uniform Sierra Rex 227.
To get on this taxi line too. And there we go, we're now on the taxi line. Beautiful. Looks like we will have a bit of a lineup here again. I'm not too fussed, I just want to pull out some of the mixture there so that we're not using quite so much fuel here. Especially while waiting. We'll probably end up using quite a bit of fuel while we're waiting. Need to slow down just a little. Getting close to 30 knots ground speed. Not supposed to taxi, I think, over 25, but the game doesn't punish you until 30, so. We have a Rex 3514 coming into land. Velocity 1320 lining up. It looks like the other aircraft may have been asked to go around. Oh, maybe not. The velocity is probably going to take off before it can even ask to go around. Where are the markings? Oh, they're still quite a bit around.
Rex 376 for taxi to the gate. Rex 376 for taxi to gate Foxtrot 12 via taxiway Echo Alpha Juliet Sierra.
Here we go. Here's the lines.
Taxi to gate Foxtrot 12 using taxiway Echo Alpha Juliet Sierra Rex 3764.
As we stop right here, we will tune the tower on 120.5 and we'll request takeoff clearance.
Melbourne Tower Cessna Charlie Hotel 821 ready at runway tree for departure to the west.
Cessna Charlie Hotel 821 line up and wait.
That Qantas might be flying into Essendon.
Line up and wait Cessna 821.
Alright, let's give it some mixture now. As we turn on our landing and strobe lights.
Good day. .118.9er velocity 1320.
Okay, I'm a little wide again. We'll get onto that center line before we take off.
Cessna Charlie Hotel 821 altimeter tree 0 decimal tree 6 wind tree 58 at 10. Departure to the west approved.
Cool.
For takeoff runway tree 4.
Clear for takeoff runway 34, Cessna, Charlie Hotel 821.
Cleared for takeoff runway tree for Cessna 821.
Right, let's get onto this center line as we take off.
Melbourne Tower Jetstar 568 at runway tree for ready for departure IFR to Brisbane. Jetstar 568 hold short runway tree 4. Traffic is Cessna Skyhawk on the runway.
And rotate. Beautiful.
Bon voyage, aircrew. We hope to see you again soon.
Jetstar 568.
I am so very happy with that takeoff. I'm going to pull back the throttle a little bit so that we don't overspeed. Once we actually make our left turn towards Horsham, I am going to need to go use the bathroom as well. There's one thing that I like about flying planes with autopilot is if you need to use the bathroom, you are more than able. It's like there's a pot in the cabin.
Cessna 821 continue for west departure.
Continue for west departure, Cessna 821.
Melbourne Tower Cessna Charlie Hotel 821 continue for west departure.
Jetstar 568 line up and wait.
Okay, so I think from here we should be able to direct to Belter. No, not Belter, Nevis. Nevis.
Line up and wait Jetstar 568.
And from here we have an 80 nautical mile flight to Nevis. I also think I'm going too fast for the airspeed restrictions in the area, possibly.
Qantas 613, follow the aircraft on final. Wind tree 58 at 10. Cleared to land runway tree 4.
As I get the...
Altimeter tree 0 decimal tree, 6 wind tree 58 at 10. Cleared for takeoff runway tree 4. Cleared to land runway tree for Qantas 613.
As I get the clearance to change radio,
Star 568.
I will get up and use the bathroom. There we go. I wish there were a drone cam that would just follow, like a chase cam. Oh, well, there is, but not in the way I want. I want something that'll be like, whoosh, and then, like, change to something like this, and, you know, like a cinematic cam.
568, contact Melbourne departure on 129er decimal 4. Good day.
I feel like that would be really cool.
Cessna 821 leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Thank you very much. Frequency change approved, Cessna 821.
Melbourne Tower Cessna, Charlie Hotel 821 frequency change.
Turn left heading 010. Tower on 120 decimal 5 velocity 678. Jetstar 565 contact Melbourne Center on 135 decimal 7.
Lots going on here at the moment. We get an airspace transition. If they ever be quiet long enough for me to interrupt.
Melbourne approach Cessna Charlie Hotel 821 is type Cessna Skyhawk 5 miles northwest of Melbourne 1,900 feet. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Rex 657 descend and maintain 10,000 feet.
I mean, I can't see why we won't get our clearance.
Cessna Charlie Hotel 821 Melbourne approach. Squawk 0462. Qantas 1987, you are 400 feet above your assigned altitude. Descend and maintain 2,400 feet, altimeter tree 0 decimal tree 6. Cessna 821 radar contact 6 miles south of Yankee Sierra Bravo Echo 2,200 feet. Cleared through the Charlie airspace. Cling 2079er contact Melbourne Center on 135 decimal 7.
It just doesn't stop.
Cleared through the Charlie airspace Cessna 821.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet, Rex Street 657.
Alright, the higher up we get, the less fuel that we need to push into the thing here as well.
Report them in sight.
So I'm going to reduce the fuel just a little.
Rex Street 657 contact Melbourne Center on 124 decimal 0. Good day.
Where are we right now? Is this,
Going to 124 decimal 0 Rex Street
Bairnsdale?
657.
No, I don't think so. I think Bairnsdale was a bit more like up here. So we're following... We're a little close for Belter. Sorry.
Report them in sight.
I don't know if you have to turn west the moment they tell you to, or if you follow your flight plan. I'm unsure, but either way, we have Melton down here.
Rex Street 657 10,000 feet.
There's somewhere down over there.
Rex Street 657 Melbourne approach altimeter tree 0
With
decimal
this,
35.
I am
Continue
going
to
to
enter
go
the plan.
use the bathroom. I really need to go, so we have been flying now for an hour and a half. Also, my stomach is just growling heavily at me. See if we can get a good view here.
Qantas 1987 have the generic in sight.
Alrighty. I am going to be right back. I need to go use the bathroom. Once again, if there's anyone around that hasn't already, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. There are regular live streams and somewhat regular videos as well, so I appreciate all the love you've been giving me recently. I'll be back in a few minutes. I might go get a... Actually, can I swap ATC over to my co-pilot?
Velocity 678, you are 1 mile southwest.
That isn't what I want.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect vectors visual runway tree for approach.
Flight assistant, here we go. The AI can do ATC.
Qantas 1987 traffic in sight.
Alright, as long as they don't ask for IFR clearance, I am very happy. With that, I will be back in a few minutes. Thank you so much for your patience. I will be back shortly.
Velocity 678. Velocity 678 traffic is 7 o'clock 2 miles at 2,400 feet generic. Report them in sight. Rex Tree 657 contact Melbourne Center on 135.7. Good day. Velocity 678 have the generic in sight. Descend and maintain 2,400 feet, Qantas 431. 135.7 for Rex Tree 657. Jetstar 437, you are 10 miles south. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect vectors visual runway tree for approach. Velocity 678, you are 400 feet above your assigned altitude. Descend and maintain 2,400 feet, altimeter tree 0.35. Clink 2088 traffic is 11 o'clock 2 miles at 1,300 feet generic. Report them in sight. Melbourne approach jet 1552 is missed approach at Melbourne. Jet 1552 climb and maintain 8,000 feet. Clink 2088 have the generic in sight. Jet 1552 climb and maintain 8,000 feet. Clink 2088 traffic alert. 10 o'clock less than 1 mile, 2,400 feet generic. Report them in sight. Jet 1552, you are 2 miles north. Descend and maintain 2,400 feet. Expect vectors visual runway tree for approach. Clink 2088 have the generic in sight. Jet 1552 traffic in sight. .7 for Rex Street 657. Melbourne approach Rex Street 657 10,100 feet. Rex Street 657 Melbourne approach altimeter tree 0.3 for continue as planned. Rex Street 657 contact Melbourne Center on 135.7. Good day. 657 for Reich Street, 657. 135 Qantas 1987 contact Melbourne Center on 124.0. Good day. Melbourne approach Reich Street 65710,000 feet. Reich Street 657 Melbourne approach altimeter tree 0.3 for continuous land. Reich Street 657 contact Melbourne Center on 135.7. Good day. Jet 155 to your 400 feet above your assigned altitude. Descend and maintain 2,400 feet altimeter tree 0.34. Going to 124.0 Qantas 1987. Descend and maintain 2,400 feet, jet 1552. Velocity 678, contact Melbourne Center on 135.7. Good day. Velocity 678. Clink 2088, contact Melbourne Center on 124.0. Good day.
I am breaking things.
124.0 for Clink 2088.
As I put my earphones back in. It has come to my attention that my stream doesn't look very good. I apologize. It is purely because of how much my computer is struggling at the moment. Okay, now that I'm sitting back down in my chair, I also got a yogurt, a Greek style yogurt. Let's get back into the cockpit here as well. And we are, have we just transitioned? Have we? We got really off track for some reason, being in drone cam.
124.0 for Cessna 821.
There's my autopilot.
Qantas 431 contact Melbourne Center on 124.0.
I like how we're both saying it. Let me turn off the AI assist here. They're saying... Oh, I got the reply to the airfield. They're saying Cessna Charlie Hotel AC1 Melbourne Center altimeter 3033 continue as planned. So we will set our barometer 3033. We're also really high above 5,000. How did that happen? Does drone cam just freeze everything that's going on? Right. For our flight assistant, let's turn off the radio comms. And it looks here, oh man, we have been landing way too fast. I didn't realize this, so our takeoff speeds are 65 to 75, which is what we've been landing at, and our landing speeds are 62 to 52. So we've been landing quite fast. Interesting places around you. I wonder if it says anything about... No, it does not. Okay. I was wondering if it was going to say anything about Hamilton, but we are... sorry, Horsham, but we are still very, very far out. Alright, we're at 5,000, so I'm going to pull out the mixture a little more. Until we hit roughly 2,400. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Our mixture right now is on about 40%. It doesn't look like 40%. But trust me, it is. Let's push the throttle. And then we'll keep the mixture low. That way we won't use quite as much fuel as we fly over. I'm not sure exactly where we are. I like the terrain though, and our frame rate appears to be a little better. My ATC audio is also extremely broken. It's moving along. Ooh, let me push this over. It's moving along here. This is where we talked about. At the moment we talked over them, it started to break, so. But it is still scrolling along. Might have to change our audio options here. If we can get it to work again. Sound. Communications. I'll put it here for a moment. And then we'll put it back on this one. And hopefully it will reset it. Everything here should be good. Oh, cancel. Hopefully that fixes all the audio. If not, then we'll just be playing with the broken ATC for the next. How long is it? We got 35 minutes until Nevis. And Nevis is kind of the halfway point, so we'll be up in the air for roughly an hour. Have a look here. Yeah, so you can see here Nevis, Weimar, and then runway 26. Although as we come across these lakes here, we'll probably migrate a little more north, closer to where it does say runway 26. It didn't fix our audio, by the way. The ATC is still running without us. I'll bring it over here onto this screen just for a few moments. Also, this might also be causing us some lag, having the ATC popped out. I just prefer to have it popped out because I don't like screen clutter. Let's close it and put it back into game. I don't see much of a difference, honestly. Nah, not at all. I will have to do a computer restart at some stage, but for now, it's fine. Right, I'm going to open up my yogurt. It's only a small one. Dark cherry Greek yogurt. As with any Greek yogurt, it does separate a little bit, so you have to mix it all back together. There we go. You can see that the ATC here is moving and fast, but it's broken for some reason. That's going to be a game restart. When I restart my game, I'm probably going to uninstall the taxi mod and the auto replay mod, since it didn't work anyway. So we have been flying for 20 minutes at this point. I'm going to move ATC back over to this monitor now that we can see that it isn't working properly. So we have 30 minutes to get to Nevis, and then probably another 30 minutes to runway 26. And I'm going to try and land at roughly 60 knots. If not, the 70 knots that we've been doing, I feel comfortable doing it like that. But I guess being uncomfortable means that you're learning. So we'll probably end up doing that as well. We're skipping like 2 or 3 seconds every second. So we might get there before. We have a 26 knot headwind too, which is ridiculous. You're thinking about trying Divinity? Oh, did you end up installing Call of the Wild? Speaking of trying things, while I'm remembering very quickly. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to direct to Nevis. I'm going to direct to Weimar. That makes more sense. Because then we cut right across instead of having to go there and there. We can just do a straight line. It just makes a little more sense. Oh no, you'll look at it now. Okay. If you just want to do like a multiplayer of just the two of us as well, you're more than welcome. As you check it out. Okay, so instead of 30 minutes now, we're now 40 minutes, but it's still dropping 2 to 3 seconds per second. So we probably won't take 40 minutes. No, it's starting to even out now. Is it a big download? It's decently sized. I think because of download throttling, you should be able to download it no problems without interrupting me. And when I land in Horsham, we're probably going to end the stream anyway. And then at that point, you can dethrottle it. Let's go into the drone cam here and see if we can still see Melbourne. Melbourne is somewhere. You can see Port Phillip Bay, I think. Yeah, I'd say we can't see Melbourne. This is probably Melbourne here. But I cannot be sure. Yeah, there's a download throttle on Epic. It's in the settings. I have mine set to throttle on everything. It's just a checkbox at first that says throttle downloads, and once you check it, then the bar comes up which tells you how fast you want to go. Let's have a look here. 41 minutes to Weimar still. I keep thinking we're a lot closer than I think we are. By the time we hit this ring here, which I believe is something more to do with high altitude, IFR, flying spaces. By the time we get here, we'll be halfway to Weimar. Got it? Sweet. Yeah, it's a bit weird that they didn't just make it a box anyway. Excuse me. Beautiful views out here in the Victorian country. At least it's not like the first time we came into Victoria. I think it was on a live stream. Yeah, it was. It was the cadet to second officer live stream as we come out of Border Town and we go over to Canaiva, I think it was. The weather was awful. The moment we got into Victoria, it was still all beautiful and everything as we look behind us in South Australia, but the moment we got into Victoria, there were like clouds everywhere. It was ridiculous. Do I need to turn on my flight assistant and turn it back off again? I think I broke it by talking to ATC as well as my AI communications. It didn't fix it. I still see the ATC going. Everything is very quiet. In a way, it's kind of nice. So look, what's around us? Ballarat, Castlemaine, Fiskville. Wow, really isn't much. Cities. Cities, Mount Prospect, 0 minutes. We must be flying right over the top of it then. But I don't see anything around us for ages, bar a few random houses. Now let's see if Horsham Echo Bravo is in here now. I don't know why it wouldn't be in the first place. Let's try flight plan. Add a Horsham Echo Bravo. Yeah, it's still not there. Very strange. I believe if I take control of... If I zoom in now, will it zoom into the mouse cursor? It does. Awesome. Let's go up here and see if we can find... Oh, it's HS2EB. Okay. With that in mind, I can now punch that in. HS2EB. So, there we go. Now we'll have a straight in for runway 26. And it looks like Weimer just continues on to Hotel Sierra to Echo Bravo anyway, so I'm sure on Sim Brief that said Hotel Sierra Mike EB. EB. There is Ballarat to our left. Looks like it's being covered by the clouds. Nope, there it is. There's Ballarat right there with the lake in the middle of the city. I haven't visited Ballarat too much. It's usually just drive through. Although, one time we were driving by a JB Hi-Fi, which is electronics. We were driving by a JB Hi-Fi and I went in and I bought an amazing CD. I bought the Shinedown Live double album. I want a little more mixture than that. I bought the Shinedown Live double CD DVD. It is an acoustic set and a rock set, like a full-on electric set, and it was awesome. So Horsham, if I were to look up the everything for it, I'm going to load up Opera here because it kind of performs the best with my computer. Look at White Horsham airport chart. Then we should get one for crc.id.au. Yeah, my computer's struggling. There it is, crc.id.au. It's Aerodome chart. That's the Grampians there in front of us as well. Oh my lord. If I have a look at the Horsham chart here, it appears that we will have to drop to 2,400 feet around the airfield, 25 nauticals, and then at 10 nauticals, it's 2,300, unless that's minimums. So 25 around Horsham is, actually it might be the minimum, 2,400. Actually, wait, I'm looking at it from the wrong direction in. There we go. Hang on, it even says here on this one here, Hotel Sierra Mike Echo Bravo. Here we go. Here it is. Hotel Sierra Mike Echo Bravo. But on the game, it says Hotel Sierra 2 Echo Bravo. So, I don't know. Very strange, but it is still the same 2,400 nautical miles as we are coming in from the west. Sorry, from the east. And if we were kind of flying by, it's 4,000. So, and then within 10 nautical miles, it's 2,300. And we need to start descending at Hotel Sierra Mike Echo India. So it says 3770 at Hotel Sierra Mike Echo Alphas. Sorry, Echo India. So I'm going to put that in as well. Oh, we can't put in how high we need to be. But I will still put in Echo India. There we go. So now our flight plan should still look the same. That's the wrong way. Should still look the same here. It does. But now we just need to drop to 3,770 feet. Or as close to it at Echo India. From there, we then need to do a 3-degree drop. I'm not sure exactly how to do a 3-degree drop, but that's pretty much the standard. You just need to remember 3,800 feet for Echo India. Since I don't think I can put it into here. Yeah, there's no information about height here. There is a VNav here, but I'm not sure exactly how to set it up. If we do select the approach. Oh my lord, there is a whole thing here. Let me go visual 260. Vectors. The minimums. I will do barometric. And I want 3,800 or 3,700. Or is this what the airfield is at? Oh, this is where I need to learn how to use the thing. I can't even set the transitions to the arrival. Insane. But it seems like there's a lot more to learn about this plane than I first thought. It appears that we'll be arriving at Weimar in 30 minutes. How are we doing on fuel? We still have plenty. We're just about half a tank now. I believe we filled up to roughly 2/3. And we are around halfway. I think we'll be halfway somewhere around here. Nevis would have been the halfway point, but we would have also had to come out and then back in. So I think by the time we hit another 5 nauticals, maybe, we'll be about halfway. We are it says that we're doing 92 knots ground speed at the moment. I didn't realize there was a ground speed indicator here. So I have a stream deck and it shows that we're doing 91 ground speed. I had it on for the 152, but I didn't realize it was right there on the G1000 on that side. There really should be one here as well. 30 IRL minutes. Yes, 30 IRL minutes. Like I said, I could increase the sim rate, but that does bring down the amount of money you get paid. So instead of making 11,000, it becomes much more like trivial at, I don't know, maybe a couple thousand. I learnt my lesson as I flew from, there was Adelaide flying, I think is like the second one on the channel in the live section. I think it has a rainy, dark thumbnail on it, but I flew from Adelaide to Goolwa and forgot to activate the thing in the first place. So I slew back to Adelaide, took off, and increased the sim rate, and instead of like $6,000 or something, we only own like 2,000. Wanted to show me the Divinity OS2 character creation. I mean, I can come through and check that out if you would like me to come through. I'll just set the AI radio communications to on. I can stay for a couple minutes if that sounds good for you. I'm also going to move ATC onto this monitor right here so that I can still check it from my phone. Okay, I will be back again momentarily. Let's see if we can get a really cool drone camera angle. Oh yeah, let's get close. Let's get really close. There we go. Lovely. Actually, I'm going to move that off because it kind of ruins the view. Yeah. I'll come up for just a couple of minutes. Oop, that's... let's see if we can slow down that drone speed. There we go. That's better. I'm also learning a lot about the drone doing things like this, which means better cinematics in the future on the YouTube channel. It doesn't stop the horizontal speed being fast, but we can learn how to do that, so... Alright, I will be back in a few minutes once again. Sorry. Okay, I have returned. It looks like there was nothing on the air traffic for us. This will have to be my last flight though. Not only do I want to play some games with Dev, but I also want to get some food. Right, let's reset. I believe this here is the Grampians. We're kind of getting close to that area. Yeah. Grampians National Park, according to NEOFLY. Don't you dare crash. This is the problem with using NEOFLY. As it loads, it's just such a resource hog. And it hates everything. Right, let's reset the drone cam. It's also very good to get up and take regular breaks anyway as you are flying. Or doing something that might ask you to sit down for a long time. We have 20 minutes until we hit Weimar. From there, it's probably going to be about another 20 minutes. Are we trying to move 106 but only moving 95? That would explain a lot. Let me quickly pump the fuel here. Not all the way because we are up quite high. Might just have to pump the fuel so that we can get to where we are going quite a bit faster. Oh my lord, per second we're going down 2 to 3 seconds. Oh, but the RPM is going crazy, so... Actually, let's keep that up high and let's pull out the mixture. This ground speed is 105 knots, but we're traveling 118. I don't know if that scaled with it exponentially. I think GS and your indicated airspeed are two separate things, so we might actually just be traveling at 120 knots right now rather than the ground speed of 107. But we have knocked 4 minutes off our flight time already, but we're using more fuel. That being said, I know based on a recent flight, oh my lord, that we should be having no problems getting this far on half a tank. As I had to fly from Portland, from Mount Gambier to Portland and back on, I think, 1/3 of a tank, and I made that, so. Alright, we're now at 16 minutes and counting down to Weimar with a pretty direct 30 knot headwind, but this is the Grampians. I've heard that it does snow here as well, which is pretty cool. And Horsham is kind of at the top side of it. Somewhere around here, I think. It might be a little further up here. We have Ararat somewhere down here. It's really hard to see anything. This looks like it could be Ararat, but I do not know. Not off the top of my head anyway. I'm not too familiar with this. I just recognize the Grampians because it sticks out like a sore thumb among everything else. I mean, there's a lot more down here as well. I forget what that one over there is called. Actually, Ararat is closer to this. But I got to drive through Ararat at one stage as I was taking a trip to Bendigo a few years ago. Which I thought was pretty cool. Didn't get to see much of it. Didn't get to see much of Bendigo either. Bendigo is quite large. Alright, how are we doing here? 14 minutes to Weimar. As we are passing Nevis somewhere just out here. Not like way down here on the ground, somewhere just up here. I'm glad that we decided to go direct Weimar. I don't know if we need our transponder on anymore either. Still quite away from... Oh, hang on, what was it? It was down 4,000, no, 3,500, right? As we get within 25 nautical miles of Horsham. Melbourne's still talking heavily, talking to 2 aircraft right now. To a Qantas 19905. And then it says generic Sierra Delta Tango. I don't know what that is. One's landing and one is descending. Visual runway 35 approach. They might be landing at Essendon. The 71 miles southeast. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect Victor's visual runway 35. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Essendon is 35. However, it could be literally anywhere. I'm a bit bummed that all my audio for the ATC died. And hopefully it doesn't stay dead, otherwise it'll be reinstall Microsoft Flight Simulator. And you can be sure that I definitely do not want to do that. Wait, are we not at the Grampians? I could have sworn this was the Grampians. The Grampians appears to be this big one here. So Horsham, sorry, there's actually a road that runs right through the Grampians, kind of through here. Yeah, so I was wrong earlier when I said that Horsham is just somewhere up here. Actually, over here a bit more. Well, that makes me feel really dumb now. Actually, Golden Boy, they're probably at Melbourne. I've seen them flying. I saw them taking off earlier in an A320. I don't know if they just like flying out of Melbourne or they're doing something, but that was quite a few hours ago now. Well before I started the stream. It was nearly 3 hours ago that I last saw them there. So we're now facing a 21 knot headwind. Was it 30 before? I'm having a hard time remembering. 10 minutes to Weimar. The Hamilton down there. Where else can we see? This is Bendigo over here. Yankee Bravo Delta Golf. Delta? Sure, Delta. That's Bendigo there. I don't recognize a lot of these other ones. This is Maryborough. Mike Bravo uniform. And I'm really curious as to what this one here is. It's big enough to have vectors coming in and out. Finally under 10 minutes and our ground speed has come up to 100 knots. I don't really know what else to talk about. I don't have any anecdotes or anything to talk about either. And it's going to be the same with hunting. I feel like this sort of content, as cool as it is definitely more social content, where you really do want to have people to talk to, or someone in the cockpit with you. Like I said, I'd love to have someone in the cockpit with me and teach them how to fly and everything. I feel like that'd be really cool. I mean, obviously, as I've found out recently, like within the last half an hour, my knowledge of this plane and the G1000 especially, maybe the plane isn't so bad, but the G1000 is very limited. And I'm going to have to learn a lot about all the procedures and how they work and figure all that out. This G1000 is a lot nicer than the standard one too. This is actually an add-on G1000. And it is available for free on the marketplace in-game. So if you want to get this G1000, in terms of functionality, I think it's pretty similar, but the screens and everything look much, much nicer. I believe they are more true to life, but I wouldn't know because I've never flown in a small aircraft. It would be really cool to go down to our local airfield, see if there is any 172s there, and maybe just ask to have a look. I doubt that they would let me, but for accuracy's sake, I would love to have a look, see what it's all about. Like all of these things, I'm not sure what these are. These are to do with tracking airfields using your navigation codes. I know that's what that's all about. Passenger address system, cabin speaker. Are there like different sets of headsets for that sort of thing? Oh, we can't adjust this floodlight. You can play around with these ones and it looks like they're on, which for the middle of the day is a little dumb. And they've been on this whole time too. Oh, this could be air, not light, because all the air ducts are also in these other positions. As we are now 6 minutes out from Weimar, I'm keeping an eye on how far away from the airfield I am using this ring here, the 25 nautical miles. By the time we get close to Horsham, probably by the time the ring hits Hotel Sierra to Echo Bravo, we'll start descending through 4,000. Through to 4,000. As you can see here, we've dropped off a little bit of fuel since the last time we checked. I think you can... I'm not sure if this is the case. If you can swap between these two and get more fuel efficiency. Again, it's just something that I'll have to look into, right? So much to learn. And then obviously the fuel shut-off valve, which would actually kill us. Actually, I was watching a video earlier and they had like a lever across here. The pilot adjusted it in the seat I'm in. They adjusted it and one of the passengers put their hand on it just as a joke, and then we're told that if they actually like put any weight on it, it causes the propellers to die, and them most probably along with it. It just cuts all motion. you just start sinking like a rock. Be interesting to try that one day, just as something a little bit fun without NEOFLY on. See what kind of things we can get out of by doing the fuel shutoff valve, turning off the magnetos, doing an emergency landing, anything like that. I also saw one of someone landing a 787. Excuse me, in a field very, very quickly. This was like a video from like 4 years ago or something, and it was, I think, in Flight Sim X. But they were flying into a field, making sure that they got down okay, and yeah, it was just interesting enough to watch. They were tree striking a lot. But you kind of expect that, even just a couple. You can't dodge every single tree. You could try, but it'd be quite unsuccessful. 3 minutes and 12 seconds to Weimar. I should really stop looking because it feels like the trip is going much, much slower, and we've got all the time in the world right now. But as I said, this will be the last flight for today. We'll probably be finishing up in about 20 to 30 minutes. As we look out across the horizon, it's crazy that you can still see the moon there as well. Just seeing all these views are really good. Actually, there's something else that I found as well, and this probably is going to surprise a lot of you, but oh, that is the wrong button. I think I need to go outside view first. Hey, there we go. So using these, I can attempt to that was the wrong button. With all those buttons in the replay, I can probably try and get something that looks really cool, especially on this view. I feel like that would be like a really cool standard landing view. That's on 4. Just need to remember that. The ship you start on is called the Merryweather. Oh shit, we might have to start considering descending to 4,000 as we are starting to get very close. Just do a couple 100 feet, it should be fine. We don't need to descend too fast. I find that quite funny. Playing GTA and stuff, Merryweather. Alright, my phone needs charging. I just put it in my hand and noticed it was under 10%. So just let it charge off the computer here. It looks like by the time we might have to descend just a little faster. But it looks like by the time we hit Horsham 25 around, we should be at 4,000 feet. And let's see if we can tune Horsham now. I can. Horsham, select a runway for landing. We are going to be landing runway 26.
Yankee Hotel Sierra Mike traffic Cessna Charlie Hotel 821 tree 7 miles east, 4,700 feet, inbound to land runway 26.
And I didn't realize that our ATC was still AI, so the female voice actually caught me a little off guard. Like, did I just change genders all of a sudden? Again, we have no ATC here, but it's just letting anyone else in the vicinity know that might actually be Horsham Airfield, somewhere around there. It'd be somewhere around there. Might be too far away to still to see, so it might be a little more over here. But that does, the way that it's kind of looking on the horizon for me, does look like an airfield. But it's probably still too far. We'll keep an eye on that. It is 10 minutes to Hotel Sierra 2 Echo Bravo. From there, we're going to be landing within about 5 minutes. Okay. As I begin to sit up, as you should. I also really want to get into the Boeing. I want to see if the one that I have has the holo lens on it, or if it is the add-on one from the deluxe edition. Something else that really bugs me about Microsoft Flight Simulator is if you want to upgrade. I own the standard edition. If you want to upgrade, you have to pay full price instead of the difference. I can't believe how dumb that is. We've now also reached 4,000 feet. A little early, but I don't think that's going to matter too much. It looks like we have a few planes around us too. As we zoom in here, there is one somewhere around Yanko Charlie Foxtrot Foxtrot. I can't tell which way it's flying. And then there was another one somewhere down here next to Ara. I don't know if minus and plus, I don't know which way they show. So from 25 nauticals, we now need to zoom into 10. And from there, I think that's 3,500. And then as we get to Echo India, then we start descending into the airfield. So that's what I saw before, I think, and thinking that was the runway. It could still be. It's at about the right angle, or maybe a little bit further on here, because I see a little bit of texture weirdness going on here. So these could be fields. That could be the actual runway. It appears to, I can't tell if it's like a straight line or if it's like an apexy shape, but it kind of looks like, oh sorry, a chevron sort of shape. But if it's a chevron shape, then that would be going the right ways for the airfield. I'm just excited to get the plane down, honestly. This is great for doing flying off screen, but I feel like until I become a more interesting person figuring out how to commentate Flight Simulator live anyway, These sorts of flights are going to be quite boring. So, are these -12? Does that mean that he's 1,200 feet below us, or we're 1,200 feet below him? It looks like if that's the case, -13, they're going lower. -14. This is going to be something that I'll have to look into at the handbook. So it looks like as long as we hit the 10 nautical mile, this looks like 10 nautical miles here at Hotel Sierra 2 Echo Bravo, which by the way in the real world is Hotel Sierra Mike Echo Bravo. For some reason they didn't want to put it in correctly. And that's the Grampians over there. Oh look, it's Dmitri. So they're probably the one that I see on the map being very low. Have a look here. Let's zoom out. They're the ones that were over here. Because that other one would be off to my right. That might still actually be Dmitri. If that's the case, -15. I'm so confused. I don't understand how this works. Like I said, a lot to learn. Oh wait, no, we needed to stay at 4,000 as we come in. No, 3,800. So we'll only need to drop 200 feet. So around the time we get 1 minute left on our estimated arrival to Hotel Sierra 2 Echo Bravo. I'm just going to call it Echo Bravo, Echo India and stuff at the moment. As we get to 1 minute, we'll climb down to 200 feet per minute. And then as we hit there, we should be 3,800. As we hit Echo India, we need to be 3,770. So 3,800 is more than acceptable for that. As we are coming into land, though, I will have to put the mixture back to rich. That looks like an airfield there. Right here. Actually, no, that looks more like a river. So hard to tell because my textures are so bad. I'd love to try out a different graphics card, but money. And at that point there, I'd prefer to get a whole new computer. So once again, the job we are taking is 2 passengers to Horsham. Load in by, well, that doesn't matter because we are loaded in now. Tomorrow is also my birthday. So we might end up doing a little bit of a stream or something, maybe. We'll see how things go. Oops. That was me, by the way. We might end up doing a stream or something. We'll see how things go. There's still some things I need to decide on before tomorrow. But we'll see how things go. Whoever is 15 is now moving. So it's not Dmitri, because Dmitri seems to have disappeared. So -15. Let's see if we can see any other aircraft. It could just be 15,000 feet too. So like -1 would be 1,000. So that other plane could be somewhere way up. Oh. There's a tiny white dot here. I'm not sure if you can see it. That could be an additional plane. Drone cam. Oop. Oh, now we're on drone cam. Okay. So accidentally have thrown the plane right off course. We're getting a generic 12 miles south inbound to land visual runway 35. I'm going to just vertical speed this down. So, let's see if we can see that other... Yeah, that might actually just be a star or something, or a point in the skybox, because the fact that we're this high, and that still isn't changing. So it's probably just a point in the sky. So we will be landing with a right to left wind. It has calmed down to 19 knots at the moment, so that's pretty cool. That appears to be our landing right about here. As we still have 2 minutes to Echo Bravo, but we're at the right... we are at the right altitude now for everything, so... It did say 10 nauticals, we're 15 nauticals out. Yeah, so this person here at -14, it didn't say how high they were, it just says generic Victor Hotel Sierra Delta Tango is on final runway 35 to land, and Horsham does have a 35 landing, as you can see here. You can see the vectors coming in away from the 35. I keep thinking I can grab this and just drag it. It's not Sky for Sim. So this is the point where we would have descended to 3800. But I don't see another aircraft anywhere. Alright, let's announce position.
Yankee Hotel Sierra Mike traffic Cessna Charlie Hotel 82117 7 miles east 3,800 feet inbound to land runway 26.
Okay, so it just appears to be my voice that isn't broken. Actually, I should have realized that when the other AI pilot was talking, that it was not broken for her either. Alright, we are turning 2-6 as we are getting ready to come in on final. I'll call final once we're at the top of Echo India. You should be able to see the runway. There it is. You can see the cross runway here. I'm pretty sure that oh wait, no, it's down here. I'm pretty sure that it's this runway here. I remember it being a somewhat lighter colored runway when I was last here, before we actually picked up this Cessna. I can't believe we've held on to this Cessna for half a week at this point. Alright, let's do some things. Let's set the mixture onto full, since we'll have to anyway. Pick up a last little burst of speed here. It appears Sierra Delta Tango is taking a long way round, unless this is just an inaccurate... Yeah, this might be 1,800 feet below us. And this is definitely the runway, by the way. Alright, let's start setting up the altitude here. I will want to drop to roughly 500. Now I'm pretty sure these vectors are set up that this one here is always the same distance from the landing zone at runway, whatever runway you're landing in. So if we drop at 400 feet per minute, that should give us a pretty, or 300, sorry. 350 would be ideal, but we're not going to get that without some sort of wind stopping us from dropping quite so fast. There they are, Victor Hotel Sierra Delta. It almost looks like we're going to collide on the runway. 18. Okay. Let's see how good my vertical speed timing is here. We want to be 3770. It was not good, but it was close. We're going to get 350. We are getting 350. We now have 5 minutes to land, roughly. Let's pull out the throttle so that we're not overstressing the propeller. So 5 minutes at roughly 400 feet per minute. We are dropping... So there's only going to be 1600. We might actually need to drop a little more. 500 in 5 minutes is roughly 2500. So that puts us 1000. And then 600 is closer to what we want. Six times 5 is 36. Yeah, that's much, much closer. But then we're also dropping at 550, so minus. Well, it seems to be hopping between 600 and 550, so that's just about where I want it. Once we get closer to the airfield, I'll take off the autopilot. You can see that we are being pushed very gently. Let's reset this view. We're flying into the headwind at the moment. Alright, let's say that we are on final.
Yankee Hotel Sierra Mike Traffic Cessna Charlie Hotel 821 is on final runway 26 to land.
Hard to tell. It looks like Victor Hotel Sierra Delta Tango is going around. Very interesting. Going to bleed off just a little speed. Okay, passengers, be prepared. This could be a bumpy as hell landing. Actually, let's see if we can... Oh, the replay buffer isn't on because it wasn't automatically on. Like it was supposed to be. Can't believe we only got in a few flights here. The fact that we have gone all the way to Horsham. And the thing is, I've done long flights like this in the 152. It sucks. It's not too bad if you allow clear skies, clear wind and everything. It's actually pretty enjoyable at that point. But we have flown roughly 3 times the distance. Actually, the job I did the other day was about 2/3 this distance, and I did that in the 152. Sierra Delta Tango is seeming to go back downwind at 1400 feet. And there is Horsham right here off of our wing. Again, things just look like they're painted on because that's just what my graphics settings allow. This is Horsham, right here with the airfield, just a few kilometers out of town. Looks like we're coming in for a decent landing here too. Besides the fact that I will need to slow down, what was it between? Flight assistant, we want between 62 and 52 knots. So we are going to aim for that, 62 to 52 knots. I can probably take off the autopilot right now. Try and line up with the runway. We're now starting to take off a lot of speed. Maybe too much. As I give it flaps 1.
500.
Yep, there we go. Yankee Horsham. Horsham traffic is on base runway 35. It is going crazy. The ATC window is flashing with how much it is trying to communicate. Little low. Stay up high. Flaps 2 to slow us down even more. So what are we looking for? 60 to 50 knots essentially, or 65 to 50. And we'll just let it kind of come down on its own. We're still a little fast, but we will have to flare a little bit, so that should make up for it. It's not making up for anything. Oh, actually, this is looking very good.
Dispatch to pilot. That looked like a butter smooth landing from here. Please
That was
exit the
at
runway and taxi to parking.
That was at 63 knots. That
Taxi
felt
to
very
parking
good.
And shut down your engine.
Have a look here. So the flight assistant. So what was it? 62 to 52, and we got it 63. Let's raise our flaps. I won't taxi through 3.5 until they're ready. So we'll just go slow down the airstrip. I'm pretty sure there is actually a taxiway along the side. I'm just not sure where. Or if you taxi down the runway. It's weird like that in Mount Gambier as well. Kind of taxi up to the top of 1.8 and then down the runway 3.6. And then go around at the end. So I'm not sure if it's the same with Horsham. There's our taxi line. Let's see, where is the other runway? If they haven't turned off by this point... Oh wait, no, hang on. I can go to the piano keys at least. They should have turned off by that point. If we move, we move. If not, then we don't. How high are we right now? Just about 400 feet, yeah. So they are coming into land. Wait, was it 400? 450-ish. 460. And they have touched down. We're still going to wait for them, though. I really should get off this runway. Okay. He's just coming right at me and disappear. Also, I accidentally turned off my beacon while turning off my strobe, so we're going to lose a little bit of points for that. Okay, I can see someone where we may be parking. There's no marshal there though, which is interesting. As we arrive back in Horsham for the, I don't know what time. We've been here quite a few times now, and I spent a bit of time here talking about what we were going to do with our financial status. Let's have a look here. Do we see a marshal anywhere? Nowhere. Okay. We'll park here on the apron then. And there we go, we have arrived at Yankee Hotel Sierra Mike Horsham Airfield in the middle of northwestern Victoria. Well, I guess it's the middle of western Victoria. And that was a really nice flight. I really enjoyed that. Let's turn off the plane here. And off the mixture. And let's hit the grab the passengers button. Hey Dagmar, what's up?
Transporter, disembarking of passengers can begin.
Unfortunately, you're catching me right at the end of the stream here. I've been going for about 3 hours and I want to get up, stretch, do some other things. And get some lunch. I am extremely hungry. Let's turn off the avionics and the battery. And let's go over our NEOFLY stats here real quick. The landing felt really good, by the way.
Another passenger mission completed. Thanks.
But we're still learning to do some other things here. Let's go over the NEOFLY stuff.
Start your engine.
Not right now. Okay, so here we go. Oh my lord. NEOFLY, thank you. So we took off at 11:02 AM. It is currently 12:38 PM. So we landed at Horsham at 12:32 at 63 knots, which is just above the recommended. It was perfect. Usually I land somewhere around 70 knots, and I didn't realize that we had to land somewhere between 56 and 62. So I think for our first time, we did pretty good at the slower one. It was a smooth landing at 161 feet per minute, so we got 3 extra XP there. As I mentioned before, we accidentally turned off the beacon as I was turning off the strobe on my stream deck, so that was my own fault that we missed out on that. So the flight time was 1 hour and 41 minutes. We flew from Melbourne to Horsham. Excuse me. We got 26 bonus XP for aircraft stress bonus, respect bonus. We got extra XP for matching our weight to what we were carrying in NEOFLY, so we got a little extra XP for that as well. Overall, we earned 125 XP, which is huge. We used 76 pounds of fuel, so we had about 2/3 of a tank. We're now at 1/3, so we used about 1/3 of a tank. That's pretty crazy. As we come back over here. So our rented aircraft fees were $441, and the airport fees themselves were $203, totaling what's that, $644. But we net ourselves $11,000 for that flight, so we ended up making roughly 10.5 grand off that flight. Our loan repayment that we got for buying our aircraft that we crashed, you're good. Just enjoying the dress in my profile picture that I'm currently wearing. Oh, that's cool. I can't really see it, to be honest. It just looks like I can see Deval's profile picture. Even just looks like 2 red arrows on my screen. But yeah, so we have a payment coming out in 2 days for 15,000. We have enough money now, so we might end up live streaming a little more tomorrow. Tomorrow, once again, is my birthday, so we'll do like a birthday flight or something. We'll see what we can do. Get a little bit more money so that we don't sit quite so close to this. It would be nice to do. I'll probably do some flights later on because I do need to record a video. That reminds me also, there are, I think, 5 NEOFLY videos up on the channel, and the last 2 are pretty good. My favorite one is the YBOR to YMTG video. It has a really nice cinematic in it, and I was really happy with how that turned out. You subscribed. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. There's plenty of content to watch on the channel. There's this live stream, although I feel like I've been very boring in this live stream. But there's previous live streams, and there's a bunch of videos as well. The older the videos they are, the longer they are, the more that we get into flying the 172, the more I can cut out and make the videos a bit more to the point. So if you want to see more NEOFLY, that's definitely a thing that you can do. Hooray for what's that? Chillainians? Actually, it's just welcome. Thank you for being a chillin'. Your profile picture is you in a pink frilly satin dress in my garden in Denmark. Oh, what's Denmark like this time of year? It's quite cold here in Australia. You guys are in summer right now, right? But yeah, so today we paid off our $50,000 loan. I'm so happy about that. So we no longer have to worry about the whatever it was, the $5,000 payment that we had to make on top of our $15,000 payment. So that's always a big plus. We did lose a lot of money because of that, but then we also bounced back up very, very slightly. For some reason, it's not showing the bounce back up though, because we're at 15,000. This shows us at 5,000. 15,000 is up here. Hot and wonderfully green. I am jealous. My hands are freezing right now. Excuse me. So, with all of that, I think that's where we're going to end. As I said, I have some other things I want to do. I want to go get some lunch and everything. We've been live for 3 hours, but I will be live again tomorrow. I'll try and go live a little bit earlier if I can. And do, for me, a morning flight, but a very late night flight for those of you over the other side of the world like that, in Denmark. Denmark's UTC +1, right? But you're a daylight saving, so it's UTC +2 at the moment. So that would mean 9:30, 10. I wear dresses due to the rules of my strict mother. Oh, fair enough. I mean, it sucks that you're stuck to that sort of thing, but if you're living under their roof, then you have to kind of deal with their rules for a while. Anyway, I am going to head off. I need food. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have really enjoyed flying around Melbourne and then doing this flight out to Horsham. We're probably going to move back towards Melbourne and Sydney. So if we look at the job market here, we could even cut, because I lagged a bit in Melbourne, I hate to think what it'd be like in Sydney. We could just cut inland from Horsham. We could go to Melbourne and then across this way through Canberra in the Australian Capital Territory to Sydney. Or we could just cut right across to Sydney and save ourselves a bunch of time but less money. Central European time. Okay, so that is UTC +2 at the moment. I'm trying to think of time zone differences. It's currently quarter to 1 in the afternoon here. I think at the moment I'm 8 hours ahead. Maybe 7.5. So it'd be like 4 or 5 a.m. for you right now, right? Anyway, so we'll be live like pretty late in the night, and we might even do like an extended stream and see how things go. But yeah, for now, thank you so much for subscribing. Be sure to check out some of the other videos on the channel. There are quite a few, and I'm probably going to move away from, well, not move away from, but start incorporating more than Flight Simulator into the videos real soon, as I have a few games that I'm playing with friends coming up, and I'm going to just make sure that it's okay that I record them before recording, but then there may be a Hunter Call of the Wild video coming up at some stage. We'll see. That is happening on Saturday. Anyway, I'm out. Thank you so much. Be sure to check out all the other content, and there is a Discord link in the live stream description if you're into that sort of thing. With that, I'm going to go get some lunch. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Chillainous. I will see you sometime real soon. Take care, everyone. Goodbye. Oop.